Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We are in Cleveland, Mississippi. This is the fourth game of the day here on field number 2. Alabama taking on South Carolina. Pool play, and it is Pool 4 playing baseball in this one. Robert Williamson set to bring in the coverage. Alabama and South Carolina. Alabama in the blue, white, and yellow. And in the, I think, very, very dark blue, even closer to a black, is South Carolina, black and white. Foul out of play by John Ben Wilkinson. Alabama is the visiting squad in this one. South Carolina the home team. Let's get the starting lineup set for you. Alabama's got the left fielder John Ben Wilkinson. Starting things off, B.B. Callahan, the left center fielder, batting second. Braden Bradley is the second baseman, batting third. And Wilkinson, a strikeout victim to begin this one.
Number 34, B.B. Callahan.
One up, one down as B.B. Callahan makes his way to the plate. Jacob Gary is the third baseman, batting fourth. Mo Callahan, the catcher, will bat fifth. Cam Kerbel is the sixth hitter. Ian Bryan, who will play right field, batting seventh. Will Barfield is the first baseman in the eighth spot. Jackson Lamy batting ninth. Jackson Harpole is the right center fielder. He will bat 10th. It is popped in the direction of right center field. Callahan turns one into two. He slides into second safely in Alabama with a base runner in scoring position.
Now batting number 2, Braden Bradley.
One away at second is Callahan. Braden Bradley coming to the plate. Rest of that lineup, Will Kirk, the pitcher, batting 11th. And it's the 12-hitter shortstop Knox Lawson bringing up the rear for this Alabama squad. And apparently we have got someone down, and he is being tended to as we speak. There's tents that are blocking my view of the on-deck circle. But apparently a player, and I have no idea as to what transpired for the player to go down. It is a player who has gone down. It is certainly warm, but it's not overbearingly so, and there is a very strong breeze blowing across the diamond, so that the issue of heat is, and it's very early in the game, so you would think that the issue of heat is not a big deal. But there is a player who is being tended to, and of course it could have been something that was, you know, a nagging issue before the game that just kind of reared its ugly head again. It did not appear to be anything that was field related, but there is a player down, and there's a lot of folks tending to the young man who has gotten up and is making his way to the dugout now. And again, I'm not sure who the player is, but he is in the dugout. And mamas and daddies, we probably, one of the two is here, but obviously where these youngsters are concerned, many of their parents not able to make the trip. That's why we're here, to be able to bring you the coverage. And I know there's a lot of concern on your end of the broadcast, so let's hope whomever that was, and I could speculate, but I just don't want to speculate based on the order, the batting order, and who is due up and who is expected to come to the plate. So we will just hope for the best, as the young man is now in the dugout. And I think maybe just maybe it's heat related. Let's hope so. Bradley stepping into the batter's box. There's a base runner at second. That is Callahan. It is the fourth game of the day. Let's update you on scores previously. And now, I guess the coaches conversing with one another and probably talking to the officials as well in regards to, I'm assuming, any substitution rule, where their position was in the batting order, and how you accommodate that in the defensive spot as well, how you contend with those matters. So those are all things being discussed by coaches now with officials. Wilkinson strikes out to begin the game. Callahan winds up at second with a double. Braden Bradley was stepping into the batter's box when the player goes down. There was no play on the field. There was nothing at the plate. I do see a paramedic in the Alabama dugout. He came out with what appeared to be a smile on his face, which is a very good sign. So we are hoping that whatever it was relatively minor and has resulted in a delay of play here. Well, let's see if we're going to get play back underway before considering the possibility of taking a break. I see the officials apparently going to their respective spots. The plate umpire is Bernaska Sanders. In the field, Greg Durbin. And it looks like we're going to get play back underway. Well, if we hear anything up here in regards to the young man, we will certainly pass that information along. As Braden Bradley sends one up the middle, that is a Braden Bradley base hit. Callahan rounding third, coming home. It is snagged by Rummel, and Rummel will tag out the runner, Callahan. Strong throw coming in from Connor and Cactanillo. And able to get Callahan trying to come to the house. Bradley will wind up at second, but he's there with two away now. So two gone, and let's see who is at the plate. I'm thinking, nope, it is Gary.
Now batting, number 5, Jacob Gary.
Well, it is Gary who is at the plate, and I think it was Gary who had gone down. So if so, that is a good sign as Gary wraps into the 6-3. Because I thought it was the on-deck hitter, which would have been Gary, who was being tended to. So if that be the case, Gary came to the plate. Gary wrapped into the 6-3, and he's trotting back to the dugout now. So if it was Gary, and it was, we're being told. All right, so we have heard that it was Gary, and he walked into a swinging bat from one of the other players who was taking a couple of swings prior to going to the plate. So that's what resulted in the problem there on the field. But what's the best news of all is that it was Gary who went to the plate, got his at-bat, which means he is okay, and that's good news for Alabama fans and really for baseball fans in general. We have played a half an inning going to the bottom of the first, scoreless, with South Carolina coming to bat.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Leading off for South Carolina, number 8, Caleb Blackwell.
Bottom of the first, Caleb Blackwell starting things off for South Carolina. He is the second baseman batting leadoff. Connor Cactanillo is the left center fielder batting second. Andrew Blackwell, shortstop, has the 3 spot. Left fielder Brandon Bolton in the 4 hole. Bowman Rummel is the catcher batting 5th. Cole Dinkins, the first baseman in the 6th spot. Kellen Moore playing right will bat 7th. Andrew Botar is the right center fielder batting 8th. Caden McGuff, third baseman's got the 9 spot. Tyler Reed bats 10th. Brandon Snur is the 11th hitter, and Cooper Penfield will pitch and bat 12th. One ball, no strikes. Blackwell starting things off for South Carolina. Alabama in the top part of the inning. Wilkinson strikes out. Callahan with a double. Tagged out coming home on the Braden Bradley double. And Jacob Gary wraps into the 6-3. A scoreless top part of the inning, and now conversations between coaches and officials. And apparently Bernaska Sanders, our plate umpire, wants to talk with field ump Greg Durbin. Well, it's already had an unusual start. We had the injury to Gary, who walked into a swinging bat. And now you've got that happened in the top part of the inning. Here in the bottom part of the inning, obviously there's been an appeal made by coaches, and I have no idea what the appeal is about. You can look at the body language and try to figure out what the officials and coaches are conferring about, but it would be sheer speculation. Of course, I know that's what we do in the broadcast business, right? Speculate with sometimes no basis. Well, whatever it is, it obviously has multiple elements. And as a result, the conversation continues between now officials. It had expanded to include coaches. And now the conversation is simply between the two umpires. Bottom of the first, Blackwell starting things off. Connor Cactanillo moving to the on-deck circle. And then, of course, in the hole is Andrew Blackwell. Let's get that Alabama defense set for you. Will Kirk is the pitcher. Behind the plate, Mo Callahan. At first, Will Barfield. Braden Bradley is the second baseman. At shortstop, Knox Lawson. Third belongs to Jacob Gary. And it is hit towards left field over Gary's head. Retrieved by John Ben Wilkinson. He'll get it in quickly, but the leadoff single has South Carolina in business in the bottom of the first.
Now batting number 3, Connor Cactanillo.
John Ben Wilkinson in left for Alabama. The left center fielder is B.B. Callahan. Jackson Harpole playing right center, and Ian Bryan in right field. No swing on the pitch to Connor Cactanillo. Andrew Blackwell moves to the on-deck circle. There is a number above your scoreboard. 334-488-1385. As this one is hit towards short, backhanded there. Knocked down by Lawson. But everybody is safe as Blackwell gets to second. Cactanillo, the base runner, at first. Back-to-back singles. Have a couple of base runners on for South Carolina.
Now batting number 6, Andrew Blackwell.
Andrew Blackwell with an opportunity to produce an RBI. Three-hitter steps in. Brandon Bolton to the on-deck circle. But I mentioned that number above your scoreboard. That's your shout-out number. Want to send a shout-out? We'll get to them in the second, or begin to get to them in the second. 334-488-1385. And you know the process. If you're on a team or a member of that team, scooped up at third by Gary. Over to the bag ahead of the arrival of Blackwell, and one Blackwell responsible for the other going down as Andrew hits into the force out at third that gets Caleb.
And now batting number 10, Brandon Bolton.
One out for Brandon Bolton. In your shout-out, though, include where you're watching from. If you want to send selfies, do that. Hey, if you want to post your what would be selfie on Facebook, just do that. Share it with us on Facebook. I saw in the previous game where somebody watching the Georgia-North Carolina matchup posted the fact that kids were watching it on the big screen. Do that. If you're all gathered around big screen TV, sitting in one of the shops, one of the restaurants down in Fairhope or in Blythewood, South Carolina, enjoying the game at a local eatery or on the lake, share it with us. Take a picture and share it with us on Facebook. Bolton fouling off the pitch. 2-strike count on Brandon Bolton. Couple of base runners on, one gone, bottom of the first. In a scoreless game, but South Carolina's got a base runner in scoring position. Bowman Rommel moving to the on-deck circle. Lifted towards short. Grabbed there by Lawson, and Lawson again getting the force out, this time on the 6-5.
And now batting number 14, Bowman Rummel.
Blackwell at second, Bolton the base runner at first, and Bowman Rummel coming to the plate. Well, South Carolina quickly got a couple of base runners on. But since then, two have gone down, both force outs over at third. And there's two away for Bowman Rummel. Cole Dinkins moves to the on-deck circle. So the shout-outs coming in, and we get to them in the second. Shout-out, where you're watching from, unique spots, selfies, that kind of stuff. Hit over towards first, and there the catch made by Will Barfield. An inning that began with promise with back-to-back singles from Blackwell and Catanillo goes down with nobody scoring in the bottom of the first. It is a scoreless contest after one. We head to the second. Callahan, Kerbal, and Bryan all due up for Alabama when we return to Cleveland.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Callahan.
Top of the second, Mo Callahan starting things off. Cam Kerbal, Ian Bryan, two up in the inning, too. Well, we've got clarification on what happened in the bottom of the first. It was the movement in the box, and me and our astute PA guy were talking about the fact that we thought we had seen that several times during the course of the day, but apparently it was during the Blackwell at-bat that it was brought to the attention of the officials. So apparently they have sorted all matters out, and leading things off is Mo Callahan with a base hit to begin the Alabama second.
Now batting number 8, Cam Kerbal.
Cam Kerbal coming to the plate. Well, there are a ton of shout-outs to get to. 334-488-1385. So let's get them rolling as Cam Kerbal steps in with a base runner on. Shout-out to Caden McGuff from Uncle Dave and Aunt Adrian and your cousins in Georgia. Shout-out to Blythewood. Go Co-op Coop or Co-op. Andrew Bowman and the Blackwell brothers from A-Train on the Ozone team we're watching in South Carolina. So thank you very much. And if Co-op is Coop or if Coop is Co-op, Well, I guess I touched on both.
And now batting number 4, Ian Bryan.
One away for Ian Bryan. Base runner still at first. Ian Bryan, the right fielder, batting third in the inning, launches it towards left field. That is a base hit that's got Kerbel at second. Bryan, the base runner at first. Couple of base runners on for Alabama with one
now
away as Will
17,
Barfield comes to the plate. Jackson Lamy moves to the on-deck circle. Go South Park, North Carolina. Colin Fisher rules the field. Well, that was, I guess, some folks still celebrating the North Carolina win over Georgia, sending shout-outs, and watching a little Alabama and South Carolina baseball, apparently. Will Barfield, couple of base runners on, sent into foul territory and out of play. Go Bama, love Busha Papa. All right. I do not write them. I simply read them. Let's go Tyler Reed. Good luck, buddy. Love Aunt Jessica from Tucson, Arizona. Hi, everybody in Arizona. Roll towards short. Picked up by Blackwell. He will go over to third, get the out, the force out that gets Kerbel. And it is a 6-5 that gets out number 2. Still a couple of base runners on, but now 2 gone for Jackson Lamy.
And now batting number 37, Jackson
Shout out to
Lamy.
Max Lawson for being the best shortstop there is. It is slapped towards third, and there, McGuff doesn't have far to go to get the out. Scoops it up, arrives at third before Bryan, and a couple of base runners are left on. Nobody scores in the top of the second. We have played 1.5 going to the bottom. The home half of inning 2, Dinkins, Moore, and Botar when we return on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
And now up, number 7, Cole Dinkins.
Bottom of the second, Cole Dinkins starting things off. Kellen Moore, Andrew Botar due up in the inning 2. More shout-outs. And right on cue, one that says shout-out to Blythewood's first baseman, Cole Dinkins, from your cousins Katie and Boehner, watching at home in Blythewood, South Carolina. And I see you, Katie and Boehner. Thank you very much for watching. JockJive.com. It is Dinkins who will start off the bottom of the second. Happy birthday to Amanda Bryan from Fairhope, Alabama. She's spending it all at the ballpark with her son, Ian Bryan. Go Alabama. And happy birthday to you, Amanda. Dinkins delivering with a base hit into left center field, and that will roll away from Callahan. Thinking about extra bases was Dinkins, but instead he will stay put at first with a single. So a single to begin the second for South Carolina.
Now batting number 4, Kellen Moore.
Shout out to Cooper Penfield from Camden Watts from the Ozone team. Okay, so Coop is C-O-O-P. Of course, you know, co-op is too, but I guess there would be a dash in between. All right, thank you very much for the shout-out to Coop. Go Call from Barrett and Easton, watching from Blythewood, South Carolina. Go Blythewood, South Carolina, to all the great players and coaches from the Austin family. Let's go, Brandon. Connor C. Cooper and Blackwell brothers on Team South Carolina. We're watching as it is slapped up the middle, picked up by Kirk. He will go to second to get the lead runner on the 1-4 putout. There is one away with Moore now the base runner at first.
And now batting number 2, Andrew Botar.
Bryson Patterson and family watching in Blythewood, South Carolina. See how easy it is, 334-488-1385. To send shout-outs to your Carolina squad and your Bama team. South Carolina and Alabama battling in pool play. Pool 4, Alabama already knocking off Cleveland 13-zip. South Carolina, it is their first matchup. They've got one more. Pool play consists of a couple of games. As it is 2-hop to Kirk. Kirk will go to second again, get it there in time. And another 1-4 putout has got another South Carolina All-Star.
And now batting number 9, Caden McGuff.
2 gone for Caden McGuff. Tyler Reed moves to the on-deck circle. 2 away here in the bottom part of the second in a scoreless contest. Big game for Alabama. If Alabama wins, they are the top team in Pool 4. If South Carolina wins, well, then Alabama's got to wait and see what happens in that South Carolina-Cleveland game. If South Carolina knocks off Cleveland, then South Carolina's the top team. Alabama comes in as the runner-up. If South Carolina beats Alabama and then Cleveland beats South Carolina, we're all knotted up at 1. Rolled to third. Gary's got it. Over to second, 5-4. Goes the putout. 4 go up, 3 go down. 1 left on. Nobody scores in the bottom of the second. We are headed to the third and still scoreless as Alabama takes on South Carolina in the AA World Series Machine Pitch Tournament.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
A windy Saturday afternoon here in Cleveland, Mississippi. Rain came in last night about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and at times pretty heavy. And of course, that hampered the ability of maintenance crews to get the fields ready
now,
for today.
Number
but
3, Jackson Harpo.
Boy, did they do a heck of a job to make sure that everything was ready to go at 10 a.m. this morning for the opening game. And the only delays really thus far today have been the length of games. The opening game went 1 hour 34, and that has thrown timing off just a bit here on Field 2. Otherwise, I think everybody else is either on or ahead of schedule. As Harpole wraps it to short, Blackwell's got it over to first in time. Harpole out on the 6-3.
And now batting, number 11, Will Kirk.
1 away for Will Kirk. Knox Lawson moves to the on-deck circle. 334-488-1385. More shout-outs coming in. Well, as a matter of fact, a number of them coming in. Thought I would promo Facebook first, but let me get to some shout-outs. This one to Kellen Moore, number 4. Your cousins in Greenville, South Carolina are rooting you on. Knock it out of the park. Shout-out to Fairhope. Let's go Alabama from your friend Nolan Resner. Go Knox Lawson. The committee kids are cheering you on. Uncle Mark watching Cole Dinkins as this one is popped up too short, and there the catch is made by Andrew Blackwell, and Will Kirk is out, number 2.
And now batting number 1,
Chuck Lamont watching Cole
Crawford.
Dinkins on the South Carolina team from Phoenix, Arizona. Sending good luck. Go Kellen Moore and Team South Carolina watching from Orangeburg. The Jameson family. Thank you all. 334-488-1385. The left-hander, Knox Lawson, stepping in. Sends it to second. That will ricochet off Blackwell's mitt into center field, and a two-out single's got Knox Lawson aboard. A base runner on as we go back to the top of the order.
And now batting number 6.
For the Watts
John
family, go
Ben
Blythewood,
Wilkinson.
beat Alabama. Thank you very much, Watts family. 334-488-1385. I mentioned Facebook and Twitter. We are trying to get to 10,000 Facebook likes by the end of the summer. The end of the summer is coming soon. Still got AAA Ozone and Majors World Series. Still got some Dixie Baseball World Series. Still got a Babe Ruth World Series, but we're running out of time to get about the 600 more we need as it's fouled out of play by Wilkinson. So if you would open up a brand new browser, don't close the one out that's got the game coverage. Don't want you to miss a hit, a catch, a tag, a run. Go to Facebook, put JockJive Sports in the search engine. JockJive Sports. Swing and a miss, and out goes Wilkinson. Like us, follow us. We'll keep you updated on score schedules and a whole lot more. If there are weather delays, you know about it. All by following us on Facebook and on Twitter. Wilkinson, a strikeout victim. 4 go to the plate. 1 is left aboard. 3 go to the dugout without touching first. We have wrapped up 2.5. Going to the bottom of the third and to the bottom part of the South Carolina order. All scoreless.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Now batting number 11, Tyler Reed.
We head to the bottom of the third. Tyler Reed starting things off. Brandon Snurr, Cooper Penfield due up in the inning too. Well, I just saw that Mississippi, the Dixie Youth there, took a picture of the JockJive crew working and posting it on their Facebook page. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. This game doesn't have Mississippi or South Carolina, or make that Mississippi involved, as there is an out over at first of Tyler Reed. But we sure find the extra pub. Thank you very much.
Now batting.
One away,
5,
Brandon Snurr.
Brandon Snurr.
Tyler Reed wrapping out over at first, and Snurr comes to the plate. More shout-outs. Go Blythewood boys, the Petaways in Blythewood, South Carolina. Shout-out to Alabama from Ian Bryan's Aunt Gwen in Mobile. Alabama beat South Carolina. We got that beat the other guys thing going on. Alabama beat South Carolina. South Carolina earlier beat Alabama. Thank you very much for cheering on your team. Hit towards short. Lawson will field over to first quickly, and Snurr out on the 6-3.
Now batting number 1, Cooper Penfield.
2 gone for Cooper Penfield. Good luck to Blythewood, South Carolina from the Blue Heat players and coaches from Loris, South Carolina. Grandma and Grandpa Porter in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Good luck to Connor Catanillo and South Carolina. Connor's place in the batting order coming up shortly. As Cooper Penfield, the left-hander, steps in. No swing on the opening pitch. 2 gone, nobody on. We're in the third. Somebody's got to score or we are going to be here a while. I wonder if Dixie Youth officials keep records like the longest AA World Series pitch machine game. You know, the World Series for AA is actually not that old. AA World Series is, I want to guess, maybe 5 or 6 years old. It is the other age divisions, the triple, the majors, and O-zone, which have been playing for years, but not true for the AA. Fouled out of play by Penfield. Go South Carolina from Harrison and Johnny Collins back in Blythewood. Good luck, Cam Kerbel from the Calamattes. They're cheering you on in Fairhope. One ball, couple of strikes on Penfield. To my favorite third baseman, Caden McGuff. Go Caden from Emily, Maddie, and Paige. We love you. Go Blythewood boys from Ron, Logan, and Tanner. Hashtag bring the wood. Here's the 1-2 offering to Penfield. Wrapped towards second and is scooped up by Bradley. Looks like he's done that a time or two. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the third. We are still scoreless headed to the fourth on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Top of the fourth, B.B. Callahan starting things off for Alabama. Braden Bradley, Jacob Gary, 2 up in the inning, 2. More shout-outs. This one from the Stroms, watching in the car on the way home from Cape Hatteras as this one has popped up. Nice catch at second. Over into right field went Caleb Blackwell, and B.B. Callahan out compliments to the Caleb Blackwell outstanding defensive play.
Now batting number 2, Braden Bradley.
1 away for Braden Bradley. The Stroms on their way home from Cape Hatteras, and I'm thinking that's probably North Carolina, where there is a very tall lighthouse. It is fielded at third. The shot by Bradley, scooped up by McGuff, and he will go over to first. And there's 2 gone now in the fourth.
And now batting number 5, Jacob Gary.
Jacob Gary, who hit into a 6-3, coming to the plate. Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, big, like 175-foot tall lighthouse. Real interesting story. They had to move it about 1,700 feet from the shore back. I think I visited it way before the trip back, years ago. But that's where the Stroms have been, and they're watching the game in the car as that shot by Gary hops over the mid and short of Blackwell. And a 2-out single has got Jacob Gary on.
And now batting number 21.
It is scoreless into the fourth. And heck, at this point, 1 run might win it. Go Will Barfield from Busha, Polish for Grandma, and Papa in Georgetown, Texas. Thank you very much. And I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. It may be Boucher or Bouchon. But it's Polish, and it's Grandma and Papa watching out in Texas. Fouled off by Mo Callahan. Callahan with a single in the second, batting here in the fourth. Sending best wishes to our favorite player, Kellen Moore, number 4. Bring home the win, Stacy, Damon, and Drayden Young. Callahan pops it up on the infield. McGuff says, I've got it. He does. And the top of the fourth comes to an end. One base hit out of Gary. He's left on. Nobody scores in the top part. Let's see what the top of the order does in the bottom of the fourth when we return to JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
And now batting number 6, number 8, Caleb Blackwell.
Bottom of the fourth, top of the order, Caleb Blackwell starting things off. Had a single in the first. Connor Catanillo followed with a single. Looked like South Carolina was going to plate runs and do it early, but they were shut down in the bottom of the first, and things have been scoreless ever since for everybody. It's a zip-zip game here in the bottom of the fourth. Blackwell, Catanillo, and Blackwell. Caleb, Connor, and Andrew all due up. More shout-outs go Brandon Snur and Blythewood from the Dodds in Florence, South Carolina. Do it for the Wood, Bengals. We love you. Kellen Moore from your Jameson family in Columbia, South Carolina. Wrapped towards short. It hops over the mitt of Lawson, and Blackwell will get aboard to begin the South Carolina fourth. So South Carolina in business here in the bottom of the fourth. Connor Catanillo coming to the plate. We'd like to give a shout out to Ian Bryan of Alabama from Lisa and Billy in Orlando. We love our baseball superstar. Go Ian. Good to hear from Orlando. Harpole, go Fairhope. Love David and Lynn watching in Cottondale, Alabama. Thank you very much, Alabama. Let's go Blythewood cheering for you. Keep it up from Hannah Myers. Popped up over to third. It will be in fair territory and drop out of Gary's reach. He throws to second, trying to get Blackwell. Winds up in right field. Blackwell takes the turn, comes home. The throw not in time. South Carolina will score. Going to third is Catanillo, and it's a 1-0 South Carolina lead. We've got our first run in the fourth inning. It comes on a base hit and a throwing error.
And now batting number 6, Andrew Blackwell.
And there's a base runner on at third, a 1-0 South Carolina lead. Andrew Blackwell, who ground out to third, comes to the plate. His ground out came in the first. To Ian Bryan, number 4, from Paw Paw and Granny Bryan from Mobile, Alabama. We love you and are proud of you. Hi, everybody in Mobile. Home of what? The Bay Bears in baseball and the USS Alabama. Andrew Blackwell followed by Brandon Bolton. The base runner at third is Catanillo. It is fouled out of play. Shout out to Kellen Moore, number 4 in team. Love Grandmom and Granddad Moore in Columbia, South Carolina. Go Brandon Snurr and the Blythewood boys from Wyatt Dodd. Go Coop all the way from our cruise from Mill Mill. A cruise to where? Curious minds want to know. Into foul territory. We may have our furthest viewer from Cleveland, Mississippi, depending on where the cruise is taking you. We've heard from Phoenix, Arizona, which is probably the furthest point thus far. Base runner in third, that is Catanillo. Blackwell has come in and scored, and finally the ice has been broken. After 3.5 scoreless innings of baseball, South Carolina gets on the board. And Andrew Blackwell trying to add more to that total. Caleb Blackwell has already scored. Andrew Blackwell's got Catanillo, the base runner, at third. And there's a base hit into left center field. That will indeed bring in Catanillo. Andrew Blackwell with the RBI single. Can he get second? The throw to second. It pops out of the mitt of Bradley and allows Blackwell to get a safe slide into bag 2.
And now batting number 10, Brandon Bolton.
South Carolina now with a 2-zip lead. Brandon Bolton hit into the 6-5 his last at-bat, and now Alabama says, guys, it's time to talk. 2-zip South Carolina lead, and coach out to converse with his squad. Well, that'll give me an opportunity, too, to remind you not only Facebook and Twitter, like us and follow us, but be sure to sign up for our YouTube channel. Now, not everything that we do is on YouTube, but most of the youth sports, the stuff for about 16, 17 years of age and younger, the high school and younger, all on YouTube. So if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, then ahead of others, you got a pretty good idea it's coming. So do that, and thank you. Go Cade McGruff, Grandpa from Columbia, South Carolina, sending a shout-out to the all-star third baseman. Shout-out to Blythewood team and Tyler Reed from Grandma and Grandpa in Tucson, Arizona. Tucson and Phoenix. Trying to remember which is further from Cleveland. Tucson might be a tad further, not sure. Geography, one of, many classes that I didn't fare particularly well in school. Bolton, the right-hander, Blackwell, the base runner. Here's the pitch. No swing on the opening toss. More shout-outs. This one says, let's go Fairhope, you got this. One ball, no strikes. Bolton awaits. Bottom of the fourth. Nobody gone. 2 runs have plated for South Carolina. A busy day here at Bearpin Park. A name that in itself sparks curiosity. The assumption is bears were once pinned here. Is that correct? I'm looking to the locals, and they're not sure. Popped up. That will drop in despite the efforts to get there by Will Kirk. And he'll hang on to the baseball to make sure that Blackwell goes no further than third. And infield, Brandon Bolton single has a couple of base runners on.
And now batting number 10, Bowman Rummel.
Bowman Rummel with a line out to first in the first. Batting here in the fourth with a couple of base runners on. They're on the corners. More shout-outs. Go Blythewood from the Bryants. Thank you to the Bryants for watching the coverage. Don't forget, too, when you go to Facebook and you like us, or if you already have, be sure to snap a picture of you and the gang watching the coverage and share it with us on Facebook and Twitter. At JockJive on Twitter, JockJive Sports. Put that in the search engine on Facebook. Roll towards third. Gary's got it. Goes to second. Gets Bolton. Blackwell will come in and score, though, the third South Carolina run of the game.
Now batting number 7, Cole Dinkins.
Just the first out here in the bottom of the fourth for Cole Dinkins. South Carolina now with a 3-zip lead. Dinkins with a single in the second, batting here in the fourth. As Rummel over at first, Bowman Rummel, who just wrapped into the 5-4 that produced an RBI. Kellen Moore on deck. In the fifth for Alabama, it's the mid part of the order. The 6, 7, and 8 spots, Kerbal, Bryant, and Barfield. That one lifted into left field, and then it takes a bit of an odd hop and gets over the head ever so briefly of, I'm not sure if that is still John Ben Wilkinson, who was playing left field. But it took a bit of an odd hop and then jumped over his head. That's got Rummel safely at second. And Dinkins at first. Couple of base runners on now.
And now batting number 4, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore coming to the plate. Kellen's had a lot of shout-out fans and texts like this one. Shout-out to Kellen Moore from Mikey Milling. And Mikey says, he's my friend. Well, Kellen Moore got a friend watching back home, steps into the box, has a couple of base runners on. One out. Alabama would love to turn the double play and get out of the inning. We haven't seen many double plays today. There have been a few. I don't think we've seen any of the more typical double plays, the 6-4-3s or the 4-6-3s. We saw a double play with the grabber of a liner at third, I believe it was, and got a base runner off at second. Shot into center field. And Kellen Moore delivering with a shot that's got Rummel on his way home. He will come in and score. And South Carolina now leads it by 4.
Now batting number 2, Andrew Botar.
Moore picking up the RBI. He's over at first. Dinkins, the base runner, at second. And Andrew Botar coming to the plate. Botar hit into a 1-4 in the second. He is 0 for 1. No swing on the opening pitch. It has been a productive and rather lengthy bottom of the fourth for South Carolina. Four have come in and scored. Blackwell, Catanillo, Blackwell, and Rummel. One hop to Kirk. He will lob over to third. Get the force out there on the 1-5 putout that gets Dinkins for out number 2.
And now batting number 9, Caden McGuff.
Caden McGuff 0 for 1 steps in. McGuff wrapped into the 5-4 in the second. Tyler Reed moves to the on-deck circle. Kerbal, Bryant, and Barfield when you get to the Alabama fifth. But Alabama, when they come to bat in the top part of the inning for the first time in the game, will be down. And South Carolina has built a 4-zip lead and trying to tack on more here in the bottom of the fourth. Roll towards short, booted by Lawson. He will pick up and hang on. Bases loaded for Tyler Reed. Moore at third, Botar at second.
Tyler Reed.
And McGuff, the base runner, at first. And South Carolina trying to blow this game open here in the bottom of the fourth. It was scoreless coming into the inning. But it looks like we're going to leave the fourth inning anything but, as Tyler Reed digs in. Brandon Snurr is on deck. Sunny, windy afternoon here in Cleveland, Mississippi. Well, the one thing wind does do that is good, especially at night, and that is you hear about the mosquitoes here. Well, wind, I would assume, is good news if you're trying to keep mosquitoes away. You're going to have trouble flying in this kind of wind. Reed, too short, bounced off the mid of Lawson, in from third, comes Moore. It's a 5-zip score and the bases are still loaded. Brandon Snurr.
Now batting, number 5, Brandon Snurr.
The 11th at-bat in the inning. Cooper Penfield moving to the on-deck circle. Prior to the fourth, the most South Carolina had sent to the plate in any given inning was 5 in the first. This is the 11th at-bat in the fourth. And we're just about at the 1 hour mark of this one. By the way, your 4 o'clock matchup between North Carolina and Tennessee, I feel really secure in saying won't happen at 4 o'clock. Foul out of play by Snurr. More shout-outs. Go Kellen. Way to bring your man home. Shout out to Cole Dinkins, sending much love from his Aunt Melissa, Uncle Denny, and cousins Dylan, Chase, and Clarkson in North Carolina. We love you, Cole. Go Tyler Reed and Blythewood. Your aunt, uncle, and cousins are watching in Arizona. Hit it long. Shout out to Cole Dinkins from South Carolina, from your puppy Daisy. I miss you. Bring the wood. It's all from Daisy. Go South Carolina, says the shout out. Swung on, able to get a piece of it with Snurr, and he stays alive. Go Blythewood's Tyler Reed from the Whitakers in Cibolo, Texas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But Texas, thanks so much. Come on, Fairhope, fight. Thanks for the shout-outs. 334-488-1385. Swing and a miss. Out goes Snurr. Bases left loaded, but it's still a very productive fourth. 5 runs will plate for South Carolina. And they take a 5-zip lead into the top of the fifth with Kerbal, Bryan, and Barfield all coming up for Alabama.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Top of the fifth, Cam Kerbal starting things off. Ian Bryan, Will Bearfield due up in the inning as well. I understand that there was a group of dancers who got in, well, actually in back of the screen, in front of the camera, right when I was going to the commercial break. I can't really see well down below my view, as a matter of fact. I can see the feet of the hitter, about the waist of the catcher up, and then the rest of the field. So I can't see what's going on directly underneath. So I think we missed the young dancers, but maybe they are congregating now and can put on a show for you in between at-bats or in between pitches. As Cam Kerbel steps in to lead off the fifth, Ian Bryan, Will Bearfield all due up in the inning too. It is socked over towards third, grabbed there by McGuff, and he's got it to first to get Kerbel on the 5-3. Ian Bryan.
And now batting number 4, Ian Bryan.
He steps in with one away and nobody aboard. Yeah, you know, listen, if you want to do the dance thing, have at it for the folks back home. I know we do some stuff out in Washington. We'll be doing it in a couple of weeks where fans will figure out where the cameras are. We've got situated there all over the place as this one is foul packed. And they will put signs with messages in appropriate places. I like the creativity. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryan. One away, nobody aboard. We're in the fifth. South Carolina with a big fourth. Wrapped to short. Blackwell's got it. Tall. Toss over. Too tall for Cole Dinkins. And that's got Bryan headed to second. He's there safely. Just a little too tall with the toss. And that gets Bryan safely into second.
And now batting number 17, Will Barfield.
More shout-outs. This one to Caden McGuff from Petey and Libby. Also good to hear from Buffalo, New York. Go Tyler Reed. Nice RBI from Grandpa and Grandma. They're in Buffalo. I got a feeling it's a little cooler in Buffalo, New York than it is here in Cleveland, Mississippi. Wrapped a short. Blackwell's got it. Tried to tag the runner. I think he missed the runner, but did get the out of Barfield over at first. Bryan will get to third, but he's there with 2 away.
Now batting number 37, Jackson Lamey.
Jackson Lamey, who ground out to third in the second, batting here in the fifth. Alabama trying to get a run here in the bottom part of the inning. Fouled out of play. Well, if you're Alabama and you're going to lose this one, then you are hoping for I would say probably a Cleveland victory over South Carolina. With a win, and with a South Carolina win over Cleveland, and there goes out number 3 as Lamey is put out on the nice throw at short by Blackwell. But if you are Alabama and you lose this one and South Carolina beats Cleveland, then South Carolina's in and Alabama's in as the runner-up. Cleveland out of the picture. If you are Alabama, South Carolina wins and then Cleveland beats South Carolina, well, then things are put into a tiebreaker scenario. So I guess you got a choice to make if you're Alabama. Of course, I can tell you what they're thinking right now. We want to come back in the 6th. South Carolina, though, will try to put it out of reach as we go to the bottom part of the 5th and the bottom part of the order.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on his hits.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the order, bottom of the 5th. Cooper Penfield starting things off. Caleb Blackwell, Connor Catanillo due up in the inning too. All pool play today, and into bracket play we go tomorrow. You've got 4 pools in Pitch Machine, a total of 12 teams here. And 4 teams will be eliminated today. It is lifted towards second, pops out of the mitt of Bradley. And Cooper Penfield on to begin the 5th.
Now batting number 8, Caleb Blackwell.
Let me get your scores, by the way, of games prior to this one. In machine pitch, Arkansas 8-4 over Texas. Virginia beats Mississippi. Make that Mississippi beats Virginia 15-5. Florida 6-4 winner over Texas. Tennessee beats Georgia 12-7. Alabama blanks Cleveland 13-zip. North Carolina a 5-2 winner over Georgia. No swing on the opening pitch to Caleb Blackwell as we are back to the top of the order. Coach pitch today, it's been Alabama 10-2 over North Carolina. Texas blanks Virginia 10-zip. North Carolina a 14-4 winner over Louisiana. As this one is rolled to Lawson, throw will go to second, and Blackwell will wrap into the 6-4 that registers out number 1.
And now batting number 3, Connor Catanillo.
Still a base runner at first. It's now Caleb Blackwell for Connor Catanillo. Andrew Blackwell moving to the on-deck circle. And then your other coach pitch games today. Mississippi 7-5 over Arkansas. Tennessee defeats Cleveland 12-2. Mississippi a 2-1 winner over South Carolina. Shout out to Brandon Snurr and South Carolina team from the crowd at the Nutty Squirrel in downtown Blythewood, South Carolina. The Nutty Squirrel. I'm going to speculate. High fly ball left field. And the catch not made there. John Ben Wilkinson tried to bring it in. Could not. Catanillo on with the throw coming in. Blackwell will go to third. Catanillo, the base runner, at second.
And now
okay, the Nutty Squirrel,
Andrew Blackwell.
Ice cream shop. Or it could be a fruit stand, maybe. I wonder how far off I am. I would say probably really nowhere close, but I'm going with fruit stand. I'm going with a fruit stand over the cream ice cream shop. But good to have the Nutty Squirrel in Blythewood watching the coverage and all the gang there. Andrew Blackwell, a couple of base runners on. They are both in scoring position. South Carolina trying to tack on some insurance here in the bottom of the 5th. Leading it by 5, trying to put it out of reach. Brandon Bolton to the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Lawson scoops it, loses it from third. Blackwell will score. Catanillo stays at second. Blackwell, as in Andrew, now the base runner at first, and South Carolina adds another run.
And now batting number 10, Brandon Bolton.
A 6-zip advantage for Brandon Bolton and the South Carolina squad. Bolton 1 for 2. Ground out to short. Had a single. Bowman Rommel moving to the on-deck circle. No swing on the opening pitch. Shout out to Cole Dinkins from Granddad Jones and Diana. We are so proud of you. Shout out to Cole Dinkins. Bring the wood from your mom's birthday. Love from Columbia, South Carolina. Hit to Kirk. Fields over to third, not in time, and then Gary can't hang on. So the bases all loaded up. Bolton's at first, Blackwell at second, Catanillo is at third, and Bowman Rummel coming to the plate.
Now batting number 14, Bowman Rummel.
Hit the ball one time from Cohen, says the shout-out. Looking good, Blythewood, the Dodds in Florence, South Carolina. Good luck, says the shout-out. And the Nutty Squirrel is an awesome family restaurant in Blythewood. Why is it that I think I have seen the Nutty Squirrel? Maybe there are more than one Nutty Squirrel. So I was off. But I was close. I mean, it was an eatery of sorts. I said ice cream. I said fruit. Did not go the route of a restaurant. So, okay, I'm close, but no cigar, as they say. But all the folks at the Nutty Squirrel watching the coverage, thanks so much. Rummel sends it over to Gary at third. Ricochets off Gary and then retrieved by Lawson. Lawson trying to get it to third to get Blackwell. Cannot. Blackwell save. Catanillo comes in and scores.
Now batting number 7.
And the bases are still loaded. And another South Carolina run plates. Go Blythewood from Cohen and Sean Bryant. Good luck, Brandon Snur, from all of your friends, teachers, and administrators here at Trinity. We're so proud of you and are cheering you on back here in South Carolina. Thanks for the shout-outs. Cole Dinkins. No swing on the pitch. Base is still loaded up. Well, here's the other thing you've got to worry about if you're Alabama. If the 3 on come in and score, you don't get to go to the top of the 6th. The mercy rule would be implemented. So Alabama's got to contend with that in the back of the mind. There is a solid shot into left field, and that's going to score runs. Blackwell comes in and scores. Bolton on his way home. Rummel rounding third. He will come in. It is a bases-clearing Cole Dinkins double that ends the game. The 3 runners that were on come in and score, and this game will not go to the 6th. South Carolina has won it by a final of 10-zip. So with the victory, South Carolina in the driver's seat to take Pool 4. Alabama looking for a runner-up spot, but still a chance to grab Pool 4 if Cleveland knocks off South Carolina in tonight's 5:30 matchup. North Carolina and Tennessee in Pool 2 coming up next here on Field 2. That is roughly a half hour from now. Thanks so much for watching the coverage. Thanks for texting in. Join us about 4:30 for North Carolina and Tennessee, 5:30 to 6 for South Carolina and Cleveland. And then, of course, like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. So long, everybody. Robert Williamson for JockJive.com.